So now we're going to display the date on our app right here. So we're going to go to View Controller, and we're going to find at the bottom of the file, so this extension for the NSDate class. So we have this convenience method, which is going to allow us to return a format for the date that we get from the API. So first we get an instance of the NSDate formatter, and then we get the date format, so that is year, month, day, and also the time, although we're not going to be using the time. So if we go back to the one example of the API call, so we see that this is the date string, which is returned from the API call. So we're going to need to use that string in order to then create a date. So let's go back to the top. We're going to have this function, which is display date. We're going to be able to create a date from the string that we pass as a parameter. And we're also going to create a date for the dates for the moment of now. So all this code is what we use in order to create the specific element of the date, which are the day, so the month index, weekday index, and so forth. So that always returns an integer, and we're using these arrays in order to return actual text for the date. Finally, we have the if and else right here in order to determine if the date is the date of today. In that case, we're going to assign today to that outlet that we have declared at the top, or the date that corresponds to the weather forecast, and that's going to be the weekday, the month, and the day. So you see that we have this outlet that we're going to connect to the main storyboard in a moment. First, we're going to see how we can actually call this method, and that's going to be right here. So we're going to call this method, which is display date, and as a parameter, we're going to pass this. We're going to look inside the forecast array. So at index position 0, because this is where we're going to start. And then we're going to call the property day. So we're going to call this method from here, but also we're going to call it from this extension, so where we're dealing with the animations, in order to allow the change of date every time we change to the next weather data information as well. We're going to need to switch to the next index position in the array. We're going to be able to switch to the next day, to show that we're displaying the data for the following day. So we're going to save that, and then we're going to run. And you're going to be able to see that this time we're going to display the weather first for today. And for the next day, which is going to be Saturday, March 26th.